on that first trip, after spending time in the South, we took a 55-hour train ride from Bangalore to Varanasi with the students. And this was really an incredible journey for anybody to take, but especially for a group of young people and two younger guides. So as we made our way through the landscape of India, all the way to Benares, to Varanasi, there was just, everything was so much about love, expansion, and expecting the unexpected, and also just allowing layers of expectation and conditioning to fall away around what India really is, and allowing yourself to receive it outside of how you think it could be, or what you would expect it to be, even though, in my case, you've been living in, to some extent, in a community for most of your life. So once we arrived in Varanasi, it was kind of like, in those days, this was like 20 years ago, we arrived in Mughal Sarai station, and it feels a bit like, wow, it's almost like post-apocalyptic in the middle of winter with the fog and the cold and everything. And we had no idea if we were in the right place. We weren't even ready to get off, and luckily the train was stopping for a longer time. And all of a sudden, one of the teachers from the Krishnamurti school, he hopped on and he said, Krishnamurti Foundation. And we got off of the train and unloaded all the students and made our way on the bus across the Ganga River for the first time. And when we arrived at the Krishnamurti Foundation, the Rajghat Center, which is a beautiful, beautiful campus in the north of Varanasi city, beyond the Rajghat Bridge. It was just, again, it was like everything that was greeting me was with so much more color, so much more beauty, so much more intensity than I could have ever hoped or imagined. And I would say that very much I felt like, despite how foreign it may have been to me in that moment, it was very much like finally being reflected what I had felt on the inside for all of these years up until this moment that I'd finally encountered it. And the city of Kashi was just calling me to come to it. And I know this sounds kind of exciting, or, but everything from, there's a pier at the bottom of the hill near Rajghat, like a Sufi mosque, and hearing that call to prayer on the first night and looking out over the pure massivity of Ganga, I was remembering one of my favorite books that I'd read and the film that I'd watched so many times before coming to India, which is The Passage to India. And in the book, there's this beautiful line where Mrs. Moore, this elderly woman, says to Dr. Aziz, they're gazing out over the Ganga, and she says to him, he mentions to her that there are crocodiles in the river and that sometimes you can see a dead body floating down the river from Benares. And she says to him, what a terrible river. What a wonderful river. And this line has been imprinted on me since I first read that book and then later saw the film, and first seeing the Ganga that time, just having this incredible receptivity open up within myself to go into the city and explore it and to receive it in that state of wonder. This is really what I would say it exploded within me on my first trip to India. So I don't know if this is too long now,
No, it's
Sabin,
perfect.
because
Thank you so much for sharing that. But
yeah. So this was my first meeting, and how I really came to be so inspired to want to keep coming back.